So here we are with our Club Leadership Transitions Safari this evening on June 27th. And welcome everyone. We're currently doing a poll asking, what is your role in the 2023-2024 club year? And we're only giving you a single choice option, so choose the best one. And it looks like we've got everyone who is here has participated. Okay, so let's end the poll and I'm going to share those results. It's actually fairly even, although I'm really excited to see that we have so many club treasurers here. Thank you. And so many first-time club presidents, 18%. That's great. So awesome to have some first-time club presidents here. We hope that you'll find this evening valuable, as even if you're all those 9% of those seasoned club presidents serving again, who have a lot of great answers and good information to share. So, all right, I'll stop sharing this poll then, and we'll carry on with our evening of fun and learning. So we've got our logistics here that I think we've gone over. As I mentioned before, you can find all of our online safaris we've done over this whole year on our YouTube channel. And the slide deck that we have tonight will also be posted on our members only website. Feel free to put, this is what important thing I forgot, put your questions in chat if you'd like throughout the evening. We'll be taking some breaks for some questions between segments. And also we'll have time for questions at the end, along with breakout rooms for if some folks want to talk with our two directors here tonight and Region Secretary Chris separately, and Governor-elect Wendy and I will be in the main room here. So we are also compiling a list of frequently asked questions from both, actually from both sessions. Well, you can tell us from last year. We only have one session this year so far. So that's what we're doing tonight as well, taking all those questions and compiling them. Hopefully we'll have the answers for you, but if we don't have the answers, we will find the answers and get back to you for sure. All right, so tonight we are going to talk a little bit about our purpose as leaders, our expectations of leaders. We'll look at some documents that are super important for you all. We'll take a brief journey on the roadmap and our goals for the coming year. Once again, talk a little bit about region committees and communication tools. We'll also dive into some federation information, look at some deadlines and dates. And then we'll, of course, as I mentioned before, have our breakout rooms. That's the schedule for the evening in this 1 hour we have. So take a moment and imagine, as club leaders, what is the perfect transition from one year to the next look like? What does it mean if you're an incoming club leader that is going to make your position successful? From if you're a brand new leader entering the club board, feel free to write these ideas down in chat. We love to see those. And love to get some feedback about what do you think would make the best transition possible, or make you feel really, really good as a leader in your club. What types of activities or things that do you think you could do in your club to make that an ideal state where everyone's working together and focused and happy and drama and conflict free? I'm getting a chuckle there. Feel free to, do we have some great comments in chat?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, we'll keep thinking about that through the evening. That's kind of why we're wanting to do this session. this is the first year we've done it in June. We began these sort of club leadership online trainings last biennium, and then we did one in August, and we decided to move it into June to try to give everyone who's in a club leadership position a little bit of another launch pad into the new club year. So just keep imagining, and feel free to type into chat at any point, if you have some ideas of what would make a really smooth transition into a new club year.
So Karen, we have a couple of comments.
Okay.
Starting with board participation, which is a great one. Lots of support from club members. Jojo, approved minutes uploaded or filed pursuant to club guidelines and protocol. And Connie Parker is, I think this supposed to be Cindy Parker, assure new leaders of support from experienced folks.
Oh,
So
those are
ones.
so excellent, aren't they?
Yes.
When I think about way back when I was transitioning into club president, I feel like the number one thing I really wanted to have was information easily passed on to me, whether it's your club email address, whether it's, access to documents where where they are in a cloud, all of those sorts of things, that communication. So hopefully you all have in place a good binder, whether it's in paper form or online form, where you're transferring information from one biennium's leadership to the next. And
Right.
hopefully you'll find that your past leaders, as mentioned before, are helpful and supportive.
Right. Hey, Karen, we have another great one from our good friend Dylin Larson Hill of LeGrand. More club structure, stated goals, and how each member plays a role in achieving those goals. Couldn't agree more.
Absolutely. That sounds like a great little planning session. We'll be talking about that later. All right, let's carry on then with these great ideas. So keep those in mind. Okay, fine. There we go. So, Governor Wendy, do you want to take over with this section?
Sure. So, first of all, we want to check to make sure that your contact information is up to date in the SIA club directory, and ensure that changes are communicated to necessary people. If the LIDA chair, area meeting rep, region secretary, it's most important that as leaders of your club, the board knows how to get a hold of you. So please make sure everything is current and up to date. Also, number 2, ensure that your previous club leaders have passed down club information for you and your team to help you be successful in your roles. Sometimes it's a book that's been kept over the previous year. Sometimes it's a thumb drive, but make sure that previous club leaders have given you everything that you need to be successful. Then another really important one is to visit the Northwestern region, the SIA and the SI websites on a regular basis. It's a great place to seek out information, find the answers you're looking for. And it's good to stay on top of things. The other one, number 4, is also very important, is to read the Woman newsletter. It's emailed out each month, and clubs, as you know, can contribute to that. They could share what they've been up to, their successes. It's also a great place to read a little note from your directors and secretaries, as they also have a little column in there each month. So read the Woman newsletter, chock full of good information. And then the next slide, there we go. Oh, this is my favorite one, participate. Because if you don't participate, I think you're just going to miss out on so much. Anyway, and not just participating in your club activity, but at the Northwestern region and SIA learning opportunities. So as club leaders, it's always important that you attend your district meetings, your area meetings, region conference, and of course, online safaris, which you have joined tonight. So our expectation as a board is to see at least 2 club leaders at in-person events. It's really important. And if you have been to a million of them and your club wants to send somebody who's never been, that's a great idea too. Number 6, report back to your club with the information you have learned from number 5. So when you're at the meetings or some other type of training, that you take that information that you've gathered and turn around and share it with your club members, because as you know, not all club members go to all the meetings. So we want to share the information and get everybody all speaking the same language on the same page. Number 7 is another good one. Communicate with your district director. Please, please, please respond to her emails. We promise you she's not pestering you just to be pestering you, but usually if a director sends something, they need a reply. Number 8, use the club presidents, club treasurers, district and region channels to chat and ask questions. Of course, the chat you can find under Teams, which is available to all members. And then number 9 is always a big one. Ask for information or help as needed. And I can tell you, I'm probably Karen too, in her experience, you know, being a director and serving on the region board. It always surprises us when we have members come up to us and ask us questions. We're like, why didn't you reach out to us? We could have helped you. So always ask for help whenever you need it, or if you're just looking for guidance. Did I miss anything, Karen?
That's great. Yep. I think one of the big things I have felt in the past year is this importance of our mandatory registrations for district meetings and region conference. It's mandatory because we really, really want at least 2 people from every club attending, because we all put the district directors and their meeting teams and the region conference planning team and the board, we put so much energy into these in-person meetings that we really, really hope that we can have 2 people from each club attend.
Right. Yes, and I would have to say, on all the expectations is communicate to your members what you have learned. So, the purpose of our Seroptimus clubs. Karen, would you like me to go over this as well?
Sure.
Okay, so to provide a sustainable impact on the lives of women and girls who face obstacles by providing access to education leading to economic empowerment. So number 2, embrace the Seroptimist core values of education, empowerment, diversity, fellowship, and gender equality. And number 3 is to provide value for membership through engagement with our mission, programs, events that create fun and fellowship.
Great. This sounds a little bit like our roadmap.
Our roadmap.
Optimist mission.
You don't say. All right, and the purpose of our region is to assist and motivate clubs in mission-focused efforts, support adoption of best practices in governance and nonprofit status, encourage building of a solid base of continuous and expanding membership, recruit, advocate for the creation of new clubs, develop future leaders, ensure use of our unified Seroptimist brand identity, promote a culture of philanthropy, and act as a liaison with SIA.
Great. Let's pause for questions now.
I like the paw prints.
Can anybody identify which animal they're from? That's a question. So I can't see the chat. So Region Secretary Chris or Catherine or Heidi, feel free to jump in if there's some questions.
Nothing yet, but I bet everybody's typing as fast as they can.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's some sort of cat.
Good. You're on the right track.
Lions and tigers and bears, oh my.
Well, it depends on what continent it's on.
I think we're in Africa today at our reservoir of club leadership information.
So I would say either like a cougar or a tiger or a lion.
You're very close.
But not there.
But not there.
Oh.
If there's no questions, we'll keep moving on.
How do I get a login for the Northwestern Region website so I can get all of my forms?
That's a great question. You can go and ask to have your Oh my goodness, I forgot. Anybody want to jump in with that one? You just go in and you just say, hey, I need to get logged in, and that will happen.
There's
We
a
can also
button,
send the forms.
there's a button that you push on there that gives you the opportunity to ask for that. And it does take sometimes a little bit, depending on how soon the person that lets you in does that, but it's usually within 24 hours.
Right. And Karen, our good friend Dylan Larson Hill has another great question. Will we be discussing Teams in more detail later? She has not used that platform before.
We're not going to go full blown into it tonight, but I'll show you an example and I'll give you an email to get connected, because we love for people to be using that platform a bit more. I can also, when I'm able to look at chat, I will drop in information from the treasurer's Safari session, which has all the forms too, along with some other information. So let's move
Yeah.
on to the next. Oops. Where did it go? There we go. That's what's okay. Moving on to the next.
Yes.
Moving on. Documents. So speaking of things we'll be dropping in the chat, we do have a leadership guide that we created for the beginning of this biennium. It's available in the members only section, has been for the whole year. We will drop it into chat tonight. I'll drop it into chat, and we will be making a few updates. We're not quite ready to do major updates, but we will probably in August be making a few minor updates to that leadership guide. Most of the information is pretty solid for this entire biennium. But like there's a list of clubs, and unfortunately we have a couple of clubs that are disbanding, so we'll be updating that a little bit later on. We also have this document that's called the Northwestern Region Club Leadership Timeline and Checklist. And it's basically a very broad timeline through the whole year of what to expect. That has just been updated with what we know now. So one of the big questions I always get, and I can feel your frustration, is that the club calendar from headquarters usually isn't updated until we're into August. And I know that's frustrating. I would recommend looking at the calendar that exists there now and kind of getting a sense of what's coming up, because there will be some deadlines that won't change. But the new club calendar that officially comes out from headquarters, we probably won't have that till mid-August. So we just have to be patient and wait for it. So we'll put these documents in chat. The other thing about doing this in June is that the club roadmap that we've talked a lot about this past biennium has not been updated yet. So we will be receiving from headquarters a new 2023-2024 roadmap. And I'll certainly be talking a lot about that at district meetings. And I don't anticipate significant updates to it, significant differences, because a lot of these are really our core things that we need to be doing with programs, membership, public awareness, fundraising. All of those are really core elements of what we should be doing no matter what year it is, right? But just to let you know, if you're looking for the club roadmap, once again, hopefully that's going to be coming out from headquarters either in July or August, the new roadmap.
Karen, we have a great question.
Yes.
If we're new to president, what is the roadmap used for?
Oh, that's a very good question. So the roadmap is basically your guide for what you should be doing as a club, as a Soroptimist club, because of course we are Soroptimists. We have our mission that we reviewed a bit earlier, and these goals in programs, membership, public awareness, fundraising are basically to help you focus as a club your efforts and energies on what you should be doing as a club and give you direction. And to be a little bit more specific about that, I will go ahead and I've already updated the region club goals for this coming year. So I wanted to go ahead and share those and go into those in a bit more detail. Now, once again, if there's a significant change from headquarters, I will need to adjust this, but I wanted to give you all at least a sense of kind of our goals for every single club in the region. So let's start with membership. We love for every club to hold at least one recruitment event. Recruitment is the lifeblood of our organization, right? And we would love for every club to recruit at least 4 members. And I know there have been some amazing clubs out there that have recruited, 20 new members in the last year. So kudos to you all. I'm not going to try to name you all because I'll surely forget someone, but kudos for everybody who's been doing a great job with membership. There's some great examples. Our membership committee is fabulous. I believe our region chair is on tonight. Sandy Jennings, do you want to give a shout out? If anybody has membership questions, they should reach out to Sandy. Anyway, we've got these goals. Plus, of course, we want to maintain our current membership. So we hope that 85% of your club members are renewing and will sustain their membership into the next year. We also feel it's really super, super important, and I might be preaching to the choir here a bit, but that everybody rediscovers their Soroptimist why. Why are you a Soroptimist? What fuels your passion to volunteer as a Soroptimist? And how does that align with our Soroptimist mission? We are not the club to go out and build gardens, right? We are the club that educates and empowers women and girls, right? So that's a real key thing of why we are Soroptimists, and so important to our international Soroptimist brand that we focus on women and girls. So want everybody to kind of think about their Soroptimist why and rekindle that passion. Also, we've heard a lot about this, especially if you were at Region Conference and through some of the online programs from headquarters. But we want every club to consider how they can improve their diversity, belonging, and inclusion. And those are 3 big words that have a lot of meaning. But essentially, it's just to take a step back and say, maybe our club needs to try to recruit people who are in their 50s instead of maybe looking at 20-year-olds, or maybe it's something that you're looking around your community and saying, there's a whole segment of people out here that a whole segment of women that we haven't even thought about asking to become members. And so think about that, and then think about how do you make them feel welcome and continue to make them feel welcome. That's enough said about that topic. Let's talk about empowerment, and we've already touched upon this. 2 or more club members attend the district meetings, region conference that we produce. We spend hundreds and hundreds of hours. Please attend. Area meetings that are always fun, and our online safaris that we're doing. Every club follows the club roadmap. It gives you a guide for what you should be doing during your club year. And then, of course, every member is reading our communications, whether it's the woman newsletter, whether you're getting things through social media, whether it's the YouTube channel that we have. Plus, you're also getting and reading the communications from headquarters. Super important. For program, our goal is, and we're going to do it this year. We were so close last year. We're going to do it. Every club gives at least 1 Live Your Dream award. We're going to have 100% this year. I just know it. Region Chair Kate Espy is determined. Every single club is going to give out an award. So that said, if you find your club can't find local applicants, we are sharing. We're sharing like we've never shared before, because we want to get this 100% goal. For years and years, we've come close. We've never been able to do it. This year, I want to make it happen. So sharing is all about helping a woman no matter where she lives. Maybe she's not in your community, but she could use our help to increase her education and her economic stability in her life. So let's do that. We would love for clubs to create a Dream It Be It program. And for some of you, you've got Dream It Be It programs going. We'll focus a little bit more on this Dream It Be It program in the coming year. We'd love for clubs to consider trying it. We're super excited that 2 clubs in our region, I'm breaking news, it's in the newsletter, but 2 clubs in our region received Seroptimist International of the Americas, our federation's club grants to start Dream It Be It programs. Woohoo! That's a shout out to Seroptimist International of Eugene and Seroptimist International of Port Angeles submitting club grants. They're getting money to help them start Dream It Be It programs. So we're so excited about that. You can do that too. We'll talk more about that, especially at Region Conference. So every club examines whether their projects are really in alignment with the mission. Once again, we're not a gardening society, right? We're not a garden club. We're a Seroptimist club. So look at the projects you're doing and see if they align with the mission. And I'll have more to say on that in just a bit. And then, of course, we would love for every club to submit an Imagine Life Without Violence grant application. We had a few applications last year. We'd love to have a few more this coming year. More information on that in the fall. So recognition that every club member is consistent in their use of terminology. Particularly, we are clubs, right? I keep saying clubs. We're clubs. Not anything else. We're clubs. Whoops. I shouldn't be so, oh dear. Well, this is what happens when I end up,
You were so excited.
I was so excited. I've just blown this completely. Oh dear. Let's stop sharing for a second. I got too excited over that. All right.
She's zooming on Zoom, guys.
I am. I was like,
Yeah,
"Woo."
zoom, zoom.
This is why I
All
normally don't
good.
use a PowerPoint because I get too excited. But my PDF was not happy tonight. So I just was like, okay, we'll just, oh dear. Man, that took me on a real big journey there. All right. Get it back up and rolling. Sorry about that. Oh, wow, that's interesting. This is not good. Okay, here we go. Something weird is happening with my Zoom, I have to say. All right, there we are, back in order. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about, and this goes back to project alignment, is that every club submits at least one Big Goal Accelerator project report to headquarters. So what does that mean? We'll talk a little bit more about Big Goal Accelerator a bit later if you'd like. There's a great video available on the SIA website about what is a Big Goal Accelerator project. And I know we talked about it last district meetings and the general sessions. We'll be talking about it more. We've got quite a few clubs submitting their projects, but we want every club to be recognized for all the great things that you do that are focused on women and girls. So let's move on then and then talk about every club utilizes toolkits for branding and public awareness and recognition. There's some great new materials coming out on a regular basis from headquarters. There was just a blog about Canva, which we did a session on at Region Conference, this great design tool that actually created what you're looking at right now. And then of course that every club in recognition has a vibrant social media presence. We hit on that hard again at Region Conference. So hoping that for those of you who attended those sessions, you'll take that away and work with that on with your club. And then the last one, fundraising, that every club gives to club giving at a minimum of 10% net. 100% of all of our clubs in our region contribute to founders pennies. That's pretty straightforward. Hopefully all the treasurers are like, oh yeah, we got this, we got this. We love for clubs to support our Northwestern Region Live Your Dream Awards. And our goal for this year is $8,000. That's quite a bit of money that we're raising at the region level to give out region level Live Your Dream Awards. And then of course that clubs encourage individuals to participate in the Laurel Legacy program, which is the planned giving program where you sign up to say that you're going to give Seroptimist some funds when you pass away. It's a really great thing to do. And then also to consider clubs sponsoring our district meetings and region conference at some level, because we always could use that support. So those are the overall region club goals. You'll be seeing this document in the August issue of Woman, and we'll be talking about it again at district meetings, of course. But that's the overview of the roadmap for your club and what hopefully you can be working on in this next year. Let's see, let's move on. Okay. Be finicky. Let's pause again for any questions about the roadmap at this point. How are we doing on time? Okay. Any questions about the roadmap in general?
Nothing coming up.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on then. Let's talk a little bit about our committees that are serving you. So when I was governor-elect, one of my primary responsibilities was to fill 77 plus roles within our region. We have region committees that are mandated from headquarters. Those are known as the SIA committees, and those are listed here. Our program chair, and that's Marilee Paddock. Program chair is responsible for the Big Goal Accelerator project and also oversees the DREAM program. So Live Your Dream Award and Dream It, Be It. Our own Live Your Dream region chair is Kate Espy. Most of you probably know her. And our Dream It, Be It region chair at this time is Marilee Paddock. We're still trying to find someone to fill that role, almost a year into the biennium. If anybody is passionate about Dream It, Be It and would like to be the region chair, please let me know. Membership is Sandy Jennings. Fabulous membership committee. You'll see them again at district meetings with workshops and information for everyone. Fundraising. The fundraising committee is primarily meant to help raise funds for SIA. We and some of our region projects as well, but it's basically the go-to for Laurel Legacy, as I mentioned, Laurel Society. We have the Laurel Society boards. That's the fundraising committee of our region. They carry out our headquarters staff's needs for fundraising within our region. Public awareness is a committee that is focused on doing a lot of our social media work and helps clubs also with their branding. And Secretary Chris will be talking about that in a breakout tonight too, the branding part of it. But Carrie Dale is our public awareness chair. And then on hiatus now is the Soroptimist Celebrating Success Awards. There's going to be something new coming out, we think in the fall, from headquarters about an awards program. But right now that's on pause, but we had Sandra Amsden as our region chair for that. And of course we did at Region Conference gave out the last year's Soroptimist Celebrating Success Awards. So those are our committees. And then region committees and teams, nominating committee, very important coming up. It'll be Kathy King. You'll be hearing much more about that at district meetings and in email and the Women newsletter. We have our club advisory team, folks who gather and help clubs if they have significant issues, and that contact is Governor-elect Wendy. We have, as I mentioned before, the Imagine Life Without Violence Committee. That's Dr. Susan Inman. And we have this new member communications team, and there's the email address, the all-important email address. And that is our Women newsletter, our chats that we have going on in our structure of Microsoft. And then we have a new Global Connections Committee. You've been seeing, if you've been reading the Women newsletter, a lot of information there. And of course, they did a big session at Region Conference. We have a Finance Committee, and that's chaired, or the liaison, I should say, is Region Treasurer Becky. We have a Bylaws Committee. So if your club really needs to have their bylaws reviewed, you'd want to reach out to Sandy Lawrence for that. Absolutely. We have a professional development committee that helps create content for our area meetings or district meetings or region conference. And of course, we've got our meeting and conference planning teams. It's not just the board that plans all of these in-person events. There's a whole crew of in each district of people who are working on planning the district meetings, and the same thing for region conference. There's a whole team of people who aren't on the board who help plan these meetings. So that was one of the questions I got in the survey, and I wanted to clarify that. It's beyond the board at each level. There are volunteers who help with that. And then we also have a new skills pool that we match up tasks with talent. Proofreading is a really good example of that. Running slide decks at our in-person meetings is another good example of that. Video editing for all these Soroptimist safaris is another good example. So if you've got a particular talent and skill and you'd love to share it, talk to me. I'd love to hear from you. All right, communication tools, moving right along. We're continuing with the Soroptimist email. So it's the club name at soroptimist.net. And every new club year, there seems to be a large number of clubs that the new incoming president or secretary or treasurer doesn't have access to it, and they have to go through this process, starting it all over again. So a big part of this club leadership transition, I would say, is make sure that you open up and can access, and you can just send out a quick email, even to us at the region level or to your district director from that soroptimist.net email address to make sure it's current and it's working, because it's definitely how headquarters communicates with clubs.
Right.
So,
Hey, Karen, we have a question, and it's a good one. So Miss Alita from our lovely little Brookings, is there a deadline for reporting club activities to SIA or Northwestern Region for the current club year, or is this on hold with Soroptimist Celebrating Success Awards?
Ooh, that's a very good question.
Isn't that a good one?
That's a very good one. The Big Goal Accelerator project deadline is Friday. So clubs need to go online. I'm hoping one of our fabulous assistants could just quickly put that link in there, drop the link into chat. It's those club reports that are all online. It's fairly quick to fill out. Those are all due on Friday for any projects you have that are women and girl focused, not the dream programs, but help women and girls who are facing challenges. So take a look at the criteria. It's all pretty much outlined in that report. And so report away. We want to hear all of the great things you're doing at your club level and have all those submitted in the Big Goal Accelerator reports. So
Right.
Soroptimist Celebrating Success is just the awards program, and they're definitely realigning. Headquarters is realigning that awards program, I think, to fit the overall strategic vision and the roadmap concept.
Right, and the Live Your Dream dates, I believe, are not changing.
That is correct. As far as we know, the portal opens on August 1st. So your Live Your Dream Award chairs in your clubs should be getting information about that. There is on September 6th, I'm pretty sure September 6th, a Live Your Dream seminar from headquarters. And I am sure we will do a region one as well with our region team for Live Your Dream. So we just haven't set that date yet. Gotta figure out when we want to do that, probably after the one from headquarters, so we don't repeat information. But great questions. All right, let's move on. Hopefully you all are now receiving our emails. If you're not, I'd say check your spam folders. That tends to happen, I think. We've now been able to access emails from everyone who's registered and has given permission for their emails to be used. We get those emails, we drop those into our system, and everybody now should be getting our e-blasts, which are basically the newsletter and occasional what's happening this week updates. We try not to inundate you, but it's a great tool for us to now use, and there's no sign up involved, and we love that. Should be easy.
And Karen, can I add really quickly too? If you know of members who have not signed up for the e-blast through Northwestern Region, really encourage them to do that, because it's a great way for people to maintain a connection to the club, a link to the region, and just be in the know of everything that's going on.
Yeah. Like I said, everybody who's given their email address to headquarters in their club directories, we've captured all that. So you should be getting this information, we hope. But if you don't, let us know if you can't get it. So the other big thing we've launched this year, we did a soft launch last biennium, but we really tried to pick it up this year, is our region chat. And it's a great tool to connect with other members, to ask questions. So we have a region-wide chat for all members, plus we have a region-wide chat for all districts, club presidents in every district, and club treasurers in every district. So it's a region-wide thing. So let's say you're a club treasurer and you're thinking about using QuickBooks for the first time. Maybe you just threw out the question on chat, hey, who here uses QuickBooks? And hopefully you get some responses. And then maybe you can make a connection with a club that's using QuickBooks and they could help you. That's one example. Or another great use of the region-wide chat is, hey, we've got this fabulous fundraising event coming up and we want everybody to know about it. Drop it into region chat. We also have district chats. So each district has their own chat. So it's a great opportunity, especially as district meetings come up, for your district directors to communicate with you or for you to ask questions. And within that, there's the tinier groups of district presidents and district treasurers. So what does that look like? I'll show you in just a second. But the most important thing maybe here is if everyone should have received, who is in our email list, should have received last October an invitation to join. So if you didn't see that, would like to join, like to give it a try, email support@seroptimistnwr.org with Teams connection. And over the course of maybe a week or so, maybe a bit longer, depending on our volume, you should be able to get an invitation to connect. And hopefully that won't go into your spam folders, because I think that tends to happen as well. So what does this look like? Here's an example that I posted in our overall general channel to the whole region. I think it was the, I didn't copy that exactly, but it was a email that included the tune-up report form that we did that was due on March 15th. So anybody could have gone in and grabbed the report form. The same thing actually has happened with the treasurer's chat. All of the forms for the new club year were sent out in the treasurer's chat as well in Teams. So it's just another channel that we're trying to give you all, deliver you all information you might need. And it's basically just like using Facebook chat or, even texting, except you can add files, you can send emojis, things like that. So let's see, we'll just move on to the website. Hopefully everybody's fairly familiar with our region website now. There is, of course, the login on the far right side. And as the question was asked and answered more eloquently than I did, if you click on that, you can always ask to be logged in. There's just a bit of a confirmation project to ensure that you're a member. But once that is approved, then you'll get some login information. All right, we'll pause here again for any questions about communications. I know it's been a lot and we're coming up on our hour here, so I want to be cognizant of that.
We've got some links shared in chat. So if you have questions about Big Goal Accelerator, Joe shared the information page. I shared the page that goes right to the submittal form and the reporting forms. So take a look at the chat if you have a second.
Great. All right. And while I'm here too, I really should just go ahead. I'm going to upload the I should have put these in Teams so my team could have actually uploaded them, but it's been one of those days. I wanted to send the leadership timeline here, which is a document that I mentioned earlier. And I'm also going to share, and that's been new and updated. I also wanted to share the club leadership guide, and I will.
There's a couple questions in chat about Teams too. I wanted to share with everyone. Do you have to have the most recent version of Windows or Microsoft to use it? Now, I have a Boat Anchor laptop, and I just use the online Office 365 when I need to do anything related to the region or the district. I just log into office365.com and put in my assigned username and password. So I did not have to download any new software or anything. I hope that helps.
Excellent, excellent. All right. And I still need to upload the leadership guide. I'll do that as soon as I can. Let's carry on with our presentation here. Oh,
The SIA website.
exactly.
Something we've all been waiting to dive into.
Yes, that would be good, isn't it?
No.
Okay. All right. I have to apologize. It seems like we're having a little bit of an issue here again. I'm just taking no other questions. All right. Okay. There we go. This is why I really am not so excited about PowerPoints. There we go. All
There
right.
it is.
There it
The
is.
SIA website for clubs. I would say raise your hand if you guys have had a hard time finding things on the website, but I don't need to do that because everybody will raise their hand. So, so what they've done is they've kind of the new big goal resources. So if you click on, I wish this was live, Karen, so we could say, oh, so let's look at recruitment tools. You can click on that, and what's supposed to be in there is all the tools you would need for recruitment, from posters, information, forms that you can customize for your own club, that kind of thing, club and member forms. And so hopefully that'll make it a lot easier for everybody to get to them. And if not, your board is here, as well as your directors, ready and able to help you. Superwoman flyer myself, yes, on your office door. Yes, of course, Catherine. So anyway, so check out the new big goal resources. What's the next one?
Nope. Oh,
I don't have a clicker, so I can't just,
I know my clicker seems to be having some issues tonight, I have to say.
the
Yeah.
clicker isn't clicking.
I have the live site open if you want to. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, so for club administration, this is pretty much, it is what it is. It says it is. You've got your toolkits, you've got face-to-face meeting, the roadmap for success. I want to say, are the Form 200s in there? But I don't see them. It should be in there, shouldn't it?
Yes.
Because I know that's always a really big question, is where do I get the Form 200? I'm like, well, you can get it one of two places. So anyway, so this is where you're going to want to go when the new club roadmap comes out in August. And yes, the treasurer forms are great. We can fill them out and save the file and then email to SIA. Thank you, Marilyn Allen. Great tip. Yes, and Catherine just posted it there as well. The other thing is that's in here also is the calendar for the year, which, and as Cindy Parker, past president of Eugene, had said, to add into that your club's dates that are unique to your club so you don't miss anything. So it's under the forums tab, just under the club administration. Thank you.
Sorry, I jumped.
No, that's okay. You can jump. So this is just about insurance, the overview and the handbook. You just click on the link, proof of insurance, D&O. So anything that you guys are curious about in regards to insurance, do we have to have it? Is there a form? It's all there. All nice and neat and tidy, easy to find.
Yep, this is just a screenshot from the club administration section of the SIA website.
Yeah. And then we have the SIA blog, which you can see on the ribbon at the top of the website. There's the blog. And then I do believe Secretary Chris has been reading the blogs. Haven't you, Chris? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Off and on.
Off and on. So
Yeah.
you can click on them. There's one there for Canva, which is great, especially if you're wanting to create something new. Best for Women, the 2023 Live Your Dream Award judges, all sorts of good blogs. And SIA procedures. This is really great. All clubs should review the procedures to make sure that as a club that we are in line with what SIA's procedures are. It covers a variety of things, nominations and elections procedures. It talks about failure to fulfill financial obligations, fees, procedures for governing clubs. So, yes. Oh, this is a really good one because this seems to come up every now and again. So if you're wondering, clubs may take public positions on implementation of any adopted position of the Federation. So in support of objects and purposes of our Soroptimist organization, with club members voting to advocating support. Clubs and members in their capacity as a Soroptimist shall not participate or intervene directly or indirectly in any political campaign on behalf of or in opposition to and candidate for elected public office. That always seems to be a big one. We are not a political action committee. We are a service group. Also, personal contact information of Soroptimist members should not be used for commercial or solicitation purposes. So in other words, if you are wanting to send everybody in your club something asking them to support you for something that is not Soroptimist related, it would be advised that you don't. I think I got that. What's the next one, Karen?
And you can read more about all of this, especially without that typo in there. I can't believe I didn't catch it in the SIA procedures, which you can find online. Ah, yes, the new document we just received last week.
Yes, this is lovely because it tells you, hey, who do I need? Who does what? Who can I call? So if you could scroll down, Karen, to the next page, because it'll give you, okay, so right there, it tells you if you've got question about your dreams programs, who you should contact. Membership engagement, live your dream, media inquiries, governance. So I think that's just like awesome, because how many times have we're like, well, we'll reach out to headquarters. Well, who do I reach out to? So I would probably print this as a president and I would keep it handy. So I would always know exactly who I need to reach out to.
We
Yeah,
will drop-
Ghostbusters, exactly. Sorry, that message. Somebody said, who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Yes.
I will say a couple of things. We always the reason why we have region chairs in dream programs and fundraising and membership, and public awareness is to kind of be the first line of inquiry. So headquarters staff doesn't get completely inundated. Although they are very accessible now and they will insist that, do call, but I would like to always say you might want to check first with your district rep or your region chair of a committee if you've got a particular question, and we can always go up from
Yes.
there. But yeah, utilize our region resources as well. And I will drop this document in chat too. I need to get off my screen here so I can drop this document in chat as well, and that will be helpful. But this also, I think, will probably be coming out in various forms through headquarters. Okay,
Yeah.
moving on. Do we have the drum roll excitement here? Maybe, maybe not. Come on.
All
There we
right.
go. Woohoo!
Oh, look at that.
Does everybody remember the activity declaration that all clubs were required to fill out if you had an event that had non-members present? Well, as you can see here, the good news is this is breaking news. It's not even been formally announced by headquarters yet, but breaking news as of yesterday, this form is no longer required. So it's no longer required at all, period. So you can hold events and not have to fill out this form. You can. So just wanted to let you all know that's exciting news. I think everybody was weary about this form. So let's see, let's keep on moving. Oh, time to pause for any questions. Oh, we're almost at the full hour here. So good.
No questions, but some great comments. If anybody is interested in checking out the chat.
Awesome. So very quickly, moving on, the upcoming district meeting schedule. This was announced at Region Conference. It's been on social media. There will be more social media posts. It's in the next newsletter. But just to let you all know, here's the schedule for the district meetings. So we're all excited. They'll be here before we know it. And I know all the district meeting teams are hard at work planning. They started even before Region Conference had started. So looking forward to that schedule. I'd love for you to drop in chat. What would you all like to have more information about in a Zoom format this year? What, as club leaders, would you like to see us do at the region level to support you on an online format? We've got some ideas, but we'd love to hear from you what you would like to see as far as presentations. So feel free to drop those in chat. Yeah, we're going to be getting to, if this is completely optional, we'll do another little quick round of Q&A at the end here. But if you're interested in having some time to chat, we're going to have in room 1, Region Secretary Chris. I don't believe, but I could be wrong because I can't see everybody. Region's Treasurer Becky is not here. But if she is, well, she'll be in room 2. Otherwise, District Director Catherine will be in room 3 and District 4 Director Heidi will be in room 4. And this is just an opportunity to chat for, 10 minutes or so. We don't want to keep everybody on really long. And Governor-elect Wendy and I will be in the main room to answer questions. So we will be doing these quick breakout rooms.
Confirming that Treasurer Becky is not here, Karen.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So if you do have questions, we will get those to Becky. All right, let's, any final questions? We'll go ahead, and I just want to say a big shout out. Thank you for being here tonight. Hopefully that's been great. I don't want you to leave though before we send you some documents in chat. So I'm gonna stop my share and we'll do that next.
I would just say reach out to your district director if you have any questions about how to get started in your club year. That's what we're here for. We are here to help you.
Excellent. All right.
That's a good one, Alita. Dylin, you may need to go on your member account in Seroptimus and make sure you haven't checked "Don't contact me by email." We may not have you on our list because we wouldn't be able to include you if that's checked.
All right. I still need to send you all these forms, don't I? That's what okay, otherwise we can jump into, here we go. Apologies, I'm going to send the headquarters staff contact list. I couldn't find it. I found it, so I'll drop that into chat and then we'll go into breakout rooms.